Hello, I'm here with something different this time. Well, I'm 29 and I've never read a comic book, and I decided to fix that yesterday, so I read my first ever comic book. Someone sent me a box full of them with X-Men and Spider-Man and New Mutants and a bunch of other stuff, but I never go for the mainstream. So instead, going to review Captain Power and the Soldiers of Fortune. So the plot. We start off with Professor Malenkov, man with the power to save or doom humanity, being chased after by the good guys, led by Captain Power, and the bad guys, led by Lord Dredd. Lord Dredd's team are all machines, and Captain Power's team are all people in suits, kind of Iron Man style. We have Hawk, who can fly, Tank, who's a badass, Scout, who we later figure out can shapeshift, and the newest member of the group, Pilot. During the battle, they lose track of Malenkov when mortars start flying from the sky, blowing up everybody, and they don't know where they're coming from because mortars haven't been around for over 100 years. So everyone pretty much retreats and goes back to their bases. So back at their respective bases, Captain Power decides to go talk to his father's grave for advice, and Lord Dredd kills his captain for being unsuccessful in catching Malenkov by digitizing him and turning his brain into computer data. So how did we get here? Why are humans fighting machines? Well, Hawk is nice enough to tell Pilot what happened, and we get to figure out too. So, what happened was armies started to build machines to fight wars so there wouldn't be human casualties. This led them to fighting over everything, because when there's nobody being hurt, why not have a war over everything? So they do, and all the wars are televised on national television, and it's a big event. They set out fields for them to have these battles in. But one of the battles gets too big, bleeds into the city, and 37,000 people are dead before they can call a ceasefire. The ceasefire doesn't work. The machines are running the factories and creating more machines. And they're blowing up buildings, thinking that the enemy machines are hiding in the building, and we have the machine wars. With all hope lost, and humans having no weapons anymore, and robots killing everything that moves, there's only two men with a quest for peace. Stuart Power, Captain Power's dad, and his partner Lyman Taggart, who create Overmind, a machine with the power to control machines. You can see where this is going. Taggart uses Overmind too early and goes crazy, becoming Lord Dredd, vowing to end the war, not with peace, but with the destruction of humanity. The flashback skips forward a little bit, and Stuart Power's leading a group of resistors with jury-rigged weapons against the machines. And after a year of fighting, they finally win their first battle. This leads Lord Dredd to decide to consolidate his forces on just killing Power and his men, so he builds an evil base in Detroit. With Power's men getting better and better, and his son becoming a superstar at killing machines, Lord Dredd and Overmind create Sauron, a flying pterodactyl machine with the power to heal itself and think for itself. As we leave the flashback and go into the modern world, Sauron is on his way to Captain Power's father's grave to destroy Captain Power once and for all. And that's where we leave issue 1 of Captain Power and the Soldiers of Fortune. So, what I think, my first ever comic book. I really enjoyed it. It's cool. It has machines versus man. Everyone loves a computer apocalypse, right? Yeah. I mean, I don't know nothing about artwork, but I think that looks pretty cool. There's some goofy bits. There's a part where Hawk's flying and narrating to us what his technique's gonna be. The part where he argues with a computer gets a bit goofy, but the action parts are really cool in it. You want to know how they got where they are, how they got their suits, how Captain Power's dad died, and how is Captain Power going to defeat Sauron all by himself at his father's grave without his suit? Well, in order to figure out that, Captain Power in the Soldiers of Fortune, number 2. Both reviews will be going up at the same time, and I'll link it in the description.